Good morning. Chat with Madam Whippass. Welcome to the first day of hell. It is Friday, January 20th, 2017. Good Lord, we are 17 years into the century. It seemed just like yesterday. We went from 1999 to the year 2000. 17 years? Good Lord. In 4 years, if my father were alive, he'd be 100. Yep, he was born in 1921. Wow. His sister, if she was alive, she just made 101 2 days ago, if she were alive. Isn't that something? Yeah, it's coming up on 16 years that my daddy passed away. Yeah. I miss my daddy so much. I really do. I think about him all the time. And when I dream about him, I'm always so happy to see him. And I just want to hug him and just kiss him all over his face. I really miss him. But anyway, it is what it is. I'll see him again. But yeah, welcome to the first day of hell. Today, that president will be sworn in. And I choose, as long as that guy is president, I'm going to be oblivious to his presidency and everything about him and everything political that's going on in this world. When they say ignorance is bliss, I think I'm going to enjoy being in such a wonderful place. I'm not watching no daggone inauguration. I don't want to see the transfer of power from Obama to that guy. Whatever. I don't give a damn. I'm going to live in my own world as if Obama is still president. That's just how I'm going to choose to live. Right now at this moment, Obama is still president. And I'm going to live just like he's still president. I'm not going to be concerned about that guy. I will not pay attention to him one bit. Now, with one exception. I heard Michael Moore say, yeah, Donald Trump, oh Lord, I'm quoting him. He said, yeah, he'll win the election. And yes, he will become president. And he'll be impeached in 30 days. That's not totally unbelievable or impossible. Should that happen and I get wind about he's going to be impeached, I'll start paying attention to him at that point, just to watch that whole process. And, I want to observe them kicking his ass out the White House. Other than that, that is your president. Enjoy him, whatever But I'm choosing to act like he does not exist. He is not going to affect my life in any kind of way. As I suspect, if society and whatever, if things just begin to start crumbling down all around me, I'm going to choose not to notice it. Ignorance is bliss. So I'm just going to be in my own world when it comes to this guy. Not going to pay attention. I don't give a damn who's shucking and jiving and spit shining his shoes. You know, whatever he does, there's controversy. Whatever. I don't give a damn. I don't care about the preachers who want to lick under his nuts. Whatever they're going to bring back from him and implement in their churches. I don't care. I don't care who performs for him. I don't care about anything when it concerns him. I have no respect for his wife. Dare I call her or refer to her as our first, I don't know, the first woman in the White House who has, you know, took nude pictures. I mean, should I be proud of his wife in her role when I can pull up nude pictures of her? Should we see that woman in such an important role naked? Really? I'm just going to live in my own world. That's that. I have no respect for her. She ain't my first lady. I have other choice words for her. But it is what it is. Welcome to the first day of hell. Might be your hell, it won't be mine. Because in my mind, I'm in heaven. In my world that I'm creating for myself, everything is rosy and wonderful and peachy keen. That presidency will not affect me. So, do you know that on Wednesday, this coming Wednesday at 11 a.m. will be Bishop Eddie Long's funeral? Hooray. And yes, I will be attending. I must see that man be put in the ground. I shall be present for that. I mean, it's been over 6 years. I've been discussing, dissecting his narcissistic predatory behavior, championing for his victims on so many platforms. And I mean, how can I not go and pay my respects and see to it that this man is put in the ground? I'm going to be there, and I'm going to be there very early, and I'll be taking notes. I will be taking notes throughout the entire event. I want to be in the mix and hear the eulogies and these guest speakers and, his mega preacher pastor friends. I gotta sit there and listen to the crock of shit that they're gonna spew. I want to be there for that. I want to take notes. Because as far as I'm concerned, anybody who supported that man contributed to his narcissistic predatory behavior. My heart will always stand with the victims. I'm always amazed at the amount of people that can look past of what Bishop Eddie Long has done and still worship and praise him and talk about what a good preacher he was and all the good that he's done. But I also understand it's coming from people who have no deep concept of malignant narcissism. These are people who think that all this good, and I put good in air quotes, that he's done, you would think that he did all this good for the people he did the good for. But no, it always goes back to the narcissist. You think he's doing good for you, but he's really doing good for himself just so he can get that worship, that narcissistic supply. Oh, he was such a good man. Look at the good he did. What a facade he has built. A wall of a facade. And behind that wall, while you're looking at all this good he's done, so that he has presented himself to look a certain way in the eyes of many, and behind that facade, he's grooming boys. He's destroying lives. He's ruining them emotionally, mentally. And that's all good for people, right? Nah, I'm going to watch them put that man in the ground. There has never been a person in my life whom I had ever been anxious to see be put in the ground. I want to see that nigga go down. If I could, I want to take the shovel and throw the dirt in. I don't care how harsh that sounds to you. But you're not putting yourself in the mental torment of his victims. I keep hearing, oh, well, those boys were old enough, and he preyed on their, their issue of, whether or not their gay issues, whatever they were struggling with. None of those boys, I don't believe, had any gay tendencies until they were exposed to that by Bishop Eddie Long. I don't believe that. Especially when I look at Jamal Paris. The one who was willing to expose his broken heart over Bishop Eddie Long. You can see that had he never met Bishop Eddie Long, he would have never had any homosexual experiences. You could see how confused and jacked up he was mentally and emotionally. Bishop Eddie Long is evil. That's evil what he did. To take young men when they're like 14, 15 and groom them. Deliberately become a father figure to them because you know their fathers weren't in their lives. Whether their fathers were dead, doing a long stretch in prison, or just didn't give a damn, whatever the case may be. And he knew what he was grooming these boys for. Got off on the fact, as he scoped them out, who he thought, yeah, I probably can get that one. Establish and develop relationships with these boys. Taking them places, exposing them to things they otherwise would have never been exposed to in their life. Paying for their college tuition. Look at all the good he's doing. He paid for his college tuition. But you're also having sex with them. And then when they get a bit too old for you, because you like them to be a certain age, you just throw them away like yesterday's trash. That means you cutting off the money, everything. When they try and call and talk to you, because as far as they're concerned, you're their dad. They got too old, and it's like, yeah, I ain't got time for you no more. You don't answer their calls no more. And they keep calling. They don't understand why they can't contact you no more. Eddie's Long attitude is like, ew, why you acting all gay? Get off my dick. Really? Yeah. I'm going to watch them put that man in the ground. Yes, I am. Who's in the chat? Lone Horseman. Good morning. How are you, Lone Horseman? Why did 3 people thumbs down me already? I bet you it's the same person that has multiple accounts. And every account they have, they just went into it and came back over here just to thumbs me down. Really? The haters, boy. The haters. The haters. Even my videos about the tablescapes. How could you thumb down such a video? Unless you hating. Good grief. Oh, man. Somebody told me to listen to Vic's Hangout from the other day. You know what? I'm not even going to talk about him. Moving on. These people are hilarious, though. Mm, mm, mm. The dining room is in the lobby of a senior citizen's place. And I go down there and take pictures or do videos every time they change the dining room. And you know what? He really believes that. That's the funny part. Delusions. This is why it's not good to just get high and be high all day, every day. From the time you wake up to the time you go to sleep, you high the whole day, because you lose your sense between fantasy and reality. You become delusional. It's good to be sober more than you are intoxicated. When you are intoxicated more than you are sober, that's never good. Because your sober self and your intoxicated self are two different people. And that's the truth. If you are intoxicated 100% of every day, and this has been going on for years, your children, the people you interact with, they only know you as your intoxicated self. They don't know your sober self. And then when your life is spiraled out of control, and if you ever are lucky and blessed enough to come to the conclusion that you have a problem and you need help, and you need to kick the drug habit, and you go into rehab and you start working on yourself and discovering and getting to know your sober self, become reacquainted with that person. And not only do you have to get reacquainted with your sober self, your family, the people around you, people who've only known you as your intoxicated self. And now that you're sober, you might realize that you don't really like your wife. When you're sober, you might realize, you know what? This is a fat, nasty bitch. I'm sober and I'm out of here. Or she might look at you when you sober and be like, ugh. I liked him better when he was stupid and high all the time. I can control him. Now this nigga's sober and he's a different person. He got goals. He does things differently. I can't control him. He has his own sober mind. I don't even want nobody with a sober mind. I want him high all the time because he's stupid. You know, that's how it goes. Your kids, knowing you as your intoxicated self, that's all they ever known. Shoot, they can do what they want to do, how they want to do it, when, and don't need a reason why. But now when you become sober, you got boundaries. And now, you sober and you realize the importance of having some parenting skills, and you begin to implement them and implement some structure in the lives of your kids, finally, like it should have been. And now your kids don't like you because of all this structure. When you were intoxicated every day, all day, there was no structure. None of that. They did what they wanted to do. There were no boundaries. And now that you're sober, there's boundaries. We don't like you. Fuck up out of here. Or smoke a blunt and get back to your old self, Dad. Yeah. That's what happens. A lot of the times. Let me check the chat real quick. J Bills. I see you, J Bills. Big J. Thank you, Big J, for explaining. Hello, Nike. It wasn't biased. And I don't think you understand what the word bias means. If you want to see a biased award show, check out L Dots. That's biased. People voted for the categories and the nominees. It wasn't biased on my part. Did you watch? Why don't you go and start at the 2-hour mark of, I think it's Chat with Madam Whip-Ass Love Gone Wrong. That was a show where we developed the categories and the nominations. And you will see some of the categories I came up with, some categories came from the chat. All nominees did not come from me. In fact, people were nominated for certain categories that I didn't think should have been nominated. And we took a vote on that. The majority ruled in the vote. I tried to be as fair as possible. I think Cliff should do it. That would be great. Actually, I think it should be Chris. My award show is not the award show that is the end all and be all, or however that expression goes. Just like in the real world, not that YouTube land ain't the real world, but just like we have the BET Awards, the American Music Awards, the Grammys, and the Soul Train Awards, and the MTV. Hey, we can have different award shows here. No big thing. No big thing. If you was there, then you wouldn't be making such statements, J Bills. Anyway, as I was saying about, your intoxicated self and your sober self, and how, your kids and your family will respond to you. And so, like, as you're sober and you're interacting with your family and you're trying to, keep your marriage together and establish some boundaries and some structure for your kids and all of that there'll be some pushback because everybody was comfortable with you just being high all day, every day. It's a totally different person. So now that you're sober, that's a new challenge. And unfortunately, people who get sober and mean it and want it, they have some decisions to make. Sometimes, a lot of times, the marriage no longer works. More times than not, it's really a struggle to keep or to establish a positive relationship with your children. It's a struggle. And a lot of times that person goes back to using because they can't cope. They go back to using and the family goes back to their normal, what was normal for them. You being high all the time. That's their normal. When you're sober, that's not normal for them. It is what it is. So it comes to a point, what is more important? Your sobriety? And if you don't have people in your life, now I'm not talking about the children, but adults who are going to accept and respect and encourage and support your sobriety, if they're codependent, if they are enablers, they gotta go. How many sick relationships where a spouse, enables the other spouse to continue to get high, whether it's because they want to be able to control them, or maybe for them you're easier to live with and to cope with when you're high. That's really bad. And some people, they enable you to get high, and they know what they're doing, and they're doing it deliberately, which is completely evil. But most of the times, people don't even realize that they're enabling you. I could tell. I think Vic's first started smoking weed, he might have been about 15. And just been getting high ever since. All day, every day. You figure that like a little over 20 years. Not good. Let's see. Yeah, Big J. Let these people believe what they want. So, it is what it is. It is what it is. J Bills is back. I think I had you banned, J Bills. Don't get reckless, okay, J Bills? Oh, Lawn Horseman, I'm moving up. You said, I've never thumbed down your channel. No, I didn't say you did. I was just saying, not you specifically. It's just wondering why. Oh, now I got 4 thumbs downs. Oh, these people. Big J says, hey, Mamacita, that guy is going to be president. Oh, daylight is coming. I don't want to share my room. Some things I keep private other than the bird cage. But anyway, Big J Triple X says that guy's going to be president. And you people are worried about a YouTube award show. Big J, why don't you just live in oblivion when it comes to the presidency? I'm telling you, it's a wonderful place. It's a wonderful world. It is. Come join me, Big J. Ignorance is bliss. Like, how we felt for the past 8 years. I mean, some of us might have had our qualms with Obama. But he is a hell of a better president than this guy could ever even imagine to be. So I'm just going to continue to live in the Obama world in my mind. Nothing that this incoming guy does, I will not allow it to affect me. I will not allow it to incite me. Nope. Not in my Obama world, in my mind. Every day is going to be heavenly. You know what, J Bills, who says, Madam Whip-Ass, notice Miss K didn't stick up for you on LA's award show when they nominated you for Ugliest Female YouTuber of the Year, but you stuck up for Miss K. You know what? Whatever. It ain't that serious. I don't give a damn. Really? Should I really be concerned about some ugly people nominating me as the ugliest? Especially an ugly dude with a real ugly nigga that lives on his lip for life. LA and that nigga on his lip be pointing their fucking fingers at me, talking about, ooh, you ugly. Ain't nobody got time for that. Forest 74 JR, I've never seen you before. Welcome. And your question is, how about Obama's Chicago? What do you mean by that? It ain't that serious for me, J Bills. It's whatever. We all know how that story goes with them over there. Give them a week or two and they'll all be fighting each other. Because that's what they do. Nike Town has a video up about what, Big J? Forrest, I'm trying to understand. Are you talking to me? You're going to keep that memory in your mind also? Obama's Chicago? I don't understand, man. Explain. How about Obama's Chicago? You're going to keep that memory in your mind also? I don't understand. Please expound. Oh boy. So, like, really, should I really be concerned if people around here think I'm ugly? And the truth is, and they know it, the people who say I'm ugly, they really don't believe I'm ugly. Number one, I know that and they know that. And number two, deep down inside, if they were truthful, they really like me. But I think they also like fighting with me. But yeah, they really like me. I ain't worried about them. They listen to every one of my videos and my hangouts. And hi, Madhead. Yeah, isn't that funny? Madhead said he trips off people demanding that I show my face even though they claim they know what you look like. And that's exactly why I won't do it. They already know that I'm ugly. When I think something is ugly, I don't like to look at it, and I damn sure ain't going to demand to see it. Jay Bill says, like I said, I don't think you're a bad-looking woman. You just can't do award shows right. And you blabber about random shit no one gives a damn about. Yeah, you walking a fine line, Jay Bills. Keep it up, buddy. And I'm going to have Madhead take care of you. Yeah, isn't that funny, Madhead? They know what I look like. But they want me to show my face. They want me to turn on the camera. You fucking people don't control me. You don't. I had one fool. I don't know how they do it. But you know what? Did y'all know you can turn on somebody's camera? And that's what LA did to MJ23. When you're on a hangout, somebody can turn on your camera. I don't know how it's done. But they can do it. And some fool tried to do that to me. Oh, they just grandstanding. They were grandstanding on Slapper's show. And at one point they were like, show yourself, bitch. Show yourself. And they turned on my camera. Yeah, they turned it on. He sure did do that. And didn't realize, like, I didn't show up on the camera. Well, he realized that. And I guess he was confused and thought something was wrong. He did it 2 or 3 more times. Maybe now he realizes that I have a piece of paper over my camera. So you can turn on my camera unbeknownst to me. You ain't gonna see shit. I'm a paranoid person. The minute I got that computer, I put tape over that camera before I even knew that somebody from the outside can turn the camera on. I'm too paranoid to get caught like that. These people are a trip. Oh, Lord. If I did not have paper on at that particular point in time when he turned on the camera, I mean, sometimes I be sitting up here doing hangouts topless. I'm home. Nobody's here with me. I was topless that day. That would have been so damn embarrassing. Oh my God, he would have got me good. But thank God for paper over the camera. Yeah, it didn't catch me out there. Not the kid. Hey, Sneaky Kiki. Mamacita says, oh wait, I'm going to go back to you, Forrest 74 JR. If Trump does, no, I don't want to mention that man's name. You know what? That's a deep question, Forrest. And perhaps I will address that on a hangout that takes place later on in the day. But right now, it's early in the morning, and that is just too deep for me right now. I ain't trying to delve in that. Mama Cedar says, they say beauty is only skin deep, and it's only skin is how I see it. Then we die. Sneaky Kiki says, good morning. You are a beautiful Hershey chocolate kiss. Oh, thank you, Sneaky Kiki. And she says, my mother's your complexion. I don't get these ignorant motherfuckers. Yeah. I don't know why they think calling me black and crispy hurts my feelings. I mean, if I was like 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, I would be in tears. That would have run it. If I was a teenager and the internet was in existence, or if I was 9, 10, 11, 12, and they was calling me black and all of that, you would never hear from me again. I would have left. And I'd be in tears. Child, please. I don't know. They just like to convince themselves that I have a problem with my complexion. But if it makes them feel good, I guess so. Whatever. Matt has said he got paper on this camera too. And Mama Cedar said, my mom is dark skinned and my daughter too. And I bet you they some pretty females. Sneaky, your kids think you crazy because you cover up the camera on your computer? Yeah, Forrest, it is just too early to get that damn deep. That's a conversation I can have after 12, not this time of day. Matt says, I look at people who say that it was better for black people under Jim Crow, complain and express concern about how this guy's going to make it just like Jim Crow. Really, Madhead? No, they said it was better for black people. Maybe we need this guy to come in and do whatever people say he's going to do and turn this world into a world back in the 1950s, 60s, 40s, and 30s. You know what? That might not be so bad after all, Madhead. Because I have to say, I don't know what specifically you've heard people say that it was better for black people under Jim Crow. But the only thing I could say was that back then, black people were more cohesive and supportive of one another. We were operating under that concept that it takes a village to raise a child. Because we knew we were all that we had. The majority, you always had them rogue black people. Only a few. But the majority of us were cohesive. We stuck together. We loved one another. Now, if this guy's presidency is going to do that for us, I think that'll be a good thing. Other than that, I'm going to live in my own little world. J. Bill says, I tell you what's the trip. You defending Miss K, but she went hanging with your two enemies, Lamar, Bum Dot, and Monkey Mills. Didn't even stick up for you. You even defended for her. You know what, J. Bills? It happens. It's no big deal. I ain't mad about it. I hadn't even been thinking about it. Never even thought about it until you brought it up. So? Oh, Sneaky Kiki says, I love you, Madam Whip-Ass. I love you, too. And you don't deserve this disrespect. It's all about colorism. Damn shame. You know what's interesting, Sneaky Kiki? It's kind of... Oops, Lord. I don't want y'all to see my bedroom. How to keep this. It's kind of like, what was I saying? Yeah. One thing that's really great about this situation is that the females, the majority of the females, like, respect, and support me, and the feeling is very, very mutual. And usually you don't find that among females. At least that's what people say. Now, but that's not abnormal for me because I've always gotten along with everybody. I mean, once in a while you might have an issue, or I might have an issue with a female, but not like how you always hear females talk about, that's why I don't get along with women, that's why I always hang out with men. That's not my story. So it's not abnormal for me to get along so well with the females around here. But like somebody said, you would expect for females to be jealous of me, Madam Whip-Ass. But it's not the females, it's the men. I've never seen men, and so many of them, be jealous of a female. And I don't know why. Do they want my boobies like mine? Do they want to set a rack like I be rocking? Do they want a fat, juicy ass like mine? I don't know what these niggas want. I don't know. But they sure is jealous. Now you're getting it. What am I getting, Forrest? You know, I say a lot of stuff. So by the time I get to your comment, I can't really pinpoint what you're talking about. Oh, boy, let me turn this phone the other way. Okay. Who got exposed last night? I don't know who got exposed, Kiki. Well, if you believe he can be a good thing, then you shouldn't have a problem with him saying his name. No, I didn't say I believe he can be a good thing. I just said in that respect, if the presidency is going to bring about a cohesiveness among black people, then that's the only good thing I could see. But no, I won't say his name. And I don't even want to talk about him anymore. Kiki, you got exposed. You're a big fat whale with 3 eyes. Oh, Jesus. Yes, I can get pregnant and have a child at my age right now. Matter of fact, I've been thinking about it. Strongly. Seriously. I think within the year, I'm making an announcement. I think I'm going to go through with it. Yeah, Sneaky Kiki. Sneaky says, right, yep, your strength scares them. But then she says, honey, these niggas are sociopaths. Girl, wow. My strength scares them. Strength. You know what? I think just the name intimidates them. Because Madam Whip-Ass just sounds like a real powerful name, you know? What you laughing at, Mamacita? Where's Curie? I don't see Curie. Section 8, the new perfume. Oh, wow. You know what? Janet Jackson just had a baby at 50. But I'll be all right. Trust me. I ain't scared. Hey, Carrie. There she goes. And there's Vuk. Carrie, were you in here before? Who were you? Are you Jay Bills? No, you can't be Jay Bills. Who were you, Carrie? Hey, it could be, but not in all cases and not with everybody. And I ain't gonna think about it. It's gonna be what it's gonna be. Oh, yeah. Yeah, maybe they want a fat ass like me. You hear me slapping my ass? That's what they want. I don't know. But I gotta tell you, out of all the things that has been said about me, Mamacita, one person said something that really got under my skin, I will admit, for the first time. I'll be 50 this year, Bruno. And Mamacita, I tell you, when this person said it, if I could have reached through the computer and punched him in the eye, I would have done it. I don't mind telling people my age, Carrie. I really don't. Yeah, I'll be 50, Carrie. I know, Carrie and Vuke, Sneaky Kiki. Love. Oh, okay, Carrie. Well, that's what's going to happen, Bruno. What's her face? What's her name? Facts of Life. Kim Fields. Shoot, she was in her mid-40s and just had a baby. Well, a few years ago. Yeah, I'm not worried about it. I'm going to be fine. Okay, I'm going to be fine. I'm not afraid. I'm not worried about it. I'm pretty much healthy. I understand things can happen. But it is what it is. It's going to be what it's going to be. But I'll be fine. Curie, please do not block J Bills. And I'm on my phone, so I can't really see who has a wrench and whether somebody's timed out or blocked. I can't see if it happens. But just don't do it. No, I can tell you. And you know what? I'm still trying to, when I think about it, I'm still trying to figure out why did that get under my skin so bad? I tell you, it was Monty when he said that my boo looks like Tommy Sotomayor. Oh, I could have jacked him in the eye for that. Because, number one, they don't look alike. The only thing they have in common is that they're dark skinned. But for him, just the way he said it, was like, he's just so full of shit. I just wanted to punch him in the eye for that. If anything, Tommy looks like him. Because number one, my boo is older than Tommy. And number two, I've been with my boo, known my boo way before Tommy was even born. My boo and I have known each other and have been friends since we were 6 years old, the first grade. We came through elementary school from first grade through 8th grade together. So anyway, but yeah, that comment right there got under my skin. He is so lucky that he didn't say that shit in my face. I'd punch him. It's okay, Curie. It ain't that serious. Curie said Jay Bills is back. You think Madam Whip-Ass doesn't take bids like Vic? Think again. I'll put a bounty on your head, nigga. Madam like money too. Curious is funny. Yeah, it's a long time to know somebody. Mm-hmm. So yeah, he tried. Oh God, I guess the fact that he tried to insinuate that I picked a man that looks like. Oh Lord, out of all the shit, and that was in that 35-minute video. And like I said, I didn't watch the whole thing, but I came across that part. Of all parts to come across, I was like, what? Nigga, I will punch you in your fucking eye. Well, shoot, when we were kids, I couldn't stand them, Curie. And I wouldn't say that, but like, oh man, there was a stage that those boys used to go through. Those boys meaning my boo and all the other boys in the class. And like, when we were in 5th grade, like, you know, our boobies started sprouting. And they used to punch us in our titties all day, every day. And he always used to be punching me in my titties. And then, you know, high school, went to different high schools, and, you know, life went on and all of that. And then we lived and grew up in the same neighborhood, of course. And then we reconnected about, oh Lord, next month will be 7 years. Yep. But yeah, I mean, hey, we know each other's families. We've always known each other's families. It's cool. You should tell Vuk that he could never have you, Curie. Yeah. Ooh wee. But yeah, getting back to these Negroes. I don't know. I yeah, let me take this time now to try to delve into their psyche and figure them out. Hey, Blaze. You know I'm going to the funeral, Blaze man. One. Wish you could fly over and come with me. Do you know if anybody else from CFR is going to be attending that funeral, Blaze? Blaze Man 1 is funny. He is not part of this sector. He is a friend. Yes, I'm going, Blaze Man. I want to see them put that nigga in the ground. Do you hear me? Come on. All these years that we spent dissecting, discussing him, exposing him. He's won the worst pastor of the year award 2 or 3 years in a row? The award is even named after him. I am going to that funeral. I need closure. Yeah, well, Madam is going to show up there too. And I'm going to have to take off my front license plate. Because in Georgia, you need a Georgia plate in the back, but you can have your front license plate to be anything you want. And my front license plate says Madam Whip Ass. So I'm taking that off. I don't need my car parked there with Madam Whip Ass on my license plate. Exactly. I wanted Blazeman. If I could have the shovel to be the first one to throw dirt on the casket, I'd be so happy. That's what I want to do. I want to shovel that nigga in. Good riddance. Oh, really? Oh, I'm going to be there taking notes, and I'm going to do a hangout. Matter of fact, I arranged so that I could have Wednesday off. I told my peeps on my job, my pastor died. Little do they know. I'm going to take pics, video too. But ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce you to Blazeman. He is not a regular in my chat. I don't even want him watching my videos unless they're about Eddie Long or something productive. I'm almost ashamed that he knows that I be roasting and talking shit to people. But it is what it is. But I'm going to move away from this crowd. Well, I had to, generate some sympathy so they can give me the day off so I can be there to see that nigga be put in the ground. But, yeah. Oh, Lord. I be wondering, everybody, well, a lot of people from Church Folk Revolution is sub to my channel. And I know they be like, what is Madam Whip Ass into? Why is she participating in this fuckery? I don't know. Oh, you talk shit too? I know you can roast. But oh boy. But I'm starting to see, ever since this Eddie Long thing, I'm starting to see a lot of church folk around. And I'm like, oh boy. Yeah, I want to be the first one to throw dirt on that casket, Curie. I really do. And mess around. After it's all said and done, I might go to his grave like the week after or so and do a little jig on top of it. I'm telling you, I really could see myself dancing on that man's grave. Yeah, they're going to invent a life for him. Oh, boy. I was arguing with some coworkers last night about Bishop Eddie Long. I just can't. All right, Blaze. So they say, one sin is not greater than the other. But when you are a man in position, in a leadership position, when you are the caliber of a Bishop Eddie Long, how do you excuse him abusing people the way he did? And we're talking about not necessarily the sexual abuse of the children, but the financial and the spiritual abuse that he placed on each and every one of his members. Let's not, when the Ponzi scheme he injected into his congregation. How do you overlook that? That's what gets me. What spell? Oh, and Blaze, did you see, there's a video of Eddie Long. I guess it might have been like in November or October. He's wearing a white jacket. He's preaching. And he's standing there talking about, I'm on a vegan diet. He's saying he's on a vegan diet, and people, he said, and people, they call crying, and am I dying? He's like, hell no, I ain't dying. And I'm like, are you kidding me, nigga? I can't believe he had people fooled. I can't believe a lot of people were shocked Sunday morning when they heard that he died. That is tripping me out. How are you shocked on January 15th that the man died? You're surprised? Really? You didn't see that this man had one foot in the grave and the other one on a banana peel since August? He lied all the way to the grave, Blazeman. Yes, he did. I mean, my co-workers, I was so shocked when I heard he died. You were shocked? I'm like, oh my God. And you people call yourselves spiritual, and you didn't see death riding that man like a cowboy? That you were actually shocked on January 15th? When I heard the news, I was like, oh wow, he finally kicked the bucket. I thought 2016 would have took him out of here. 2 weeks into the new year. Yeah, looked at my watch. That's about right. Lordy be. Lordy be. That's all I got to say. Lied all the way to the grave, Blazeman. Blazeman, did you listen to my video, Bishop Eddie Long and the social, what was that? The social something. Oh, the social pathology of the black church. It's a call that I had with a friend of mine, a preacher, that I recorded. That's all I'm going to say. You need to listen to that video because I played the call. And what happened was I had called my friend on Monday, my preacher friend. We've been friends for a couple of decades. And I said to him, he said, what you think about Eddie Long? And he started defending Eddie Long and his behavior with these boys. And I said to him, you know what? You and I no longer can be friends. And I hung up on him. I was pissed off to the highest level of passivity. And I mean, when I hung up, I didn't even realize I was pacing back and forth. And I had to calm myself down and get a grip. And it dawned on me that I should continue the conversation and record it. And that's what I did. It is unbelievable when I asked this preacher, if Eddie Long was your preacher, your pastor, your bishop, and you knew that it was confirmed for you that he was indulging in sex with little boys, would you go to the police? He had to think about it. When I asked him, well, would you inform the parent? He had to think about that. When I asked him, would you confront the bishop? He had to think about that. And my thing is, what is there to think about? But that's all I'm going to tell you about. You got to hear the rest of it for yourself. You have got to hear the rest of it for yourself. Then when I said, okay, well, suppose, because you know what? I don't want to ruin it for you. I ain't going to ruin it for you. Yes, passivity. I don't care if it's not a word, Bruno. I do not care